What's up guys, Syiler here with Ace Games TV, and we're back with another Hunter's Pet Guide. This is going to be on Loque'Nahak, one of the more sought after and rarer spirit beasts available to hunters. And he comes from Syiler Basin. Now he does have 7 different spawn spots in Syiler Basin. The one that where we are at the moment is the first of the 7. And you'll find Syiler Basin in Northrend. To the left hand side you'll find Syiler Basin. If you're able to be in this zone, then you're pretty much able to have Northrend flying. I think you can pick that up at level 70. So definitely recommend having that, as it makes being able to tame him a hell of a lot easier. He does have around 16 to 17k HP, so if you're level 85 and you right click, you're probably going to want to 2-shot him, so really be careful there. And he's level 76, so isn't too high, especially at level 85, you shouldn't have any trouble really in taming him. We're heading over to the second spawn spot now. During this I'll be sort of talking and landing in the various spawn spots, showing you like where they are, and just so you can keep an eye on where they actually are. I'll also add a link in the description to a map that shows all of them. Now on the map it will show one to the far left and it's just a singular dot. That's just a false positive basically. That's not an actual spawn spot, it's just someone's been there with the pet, tamed, and someone's kind of tracked that. So ignore that one. There's only currently 7, well, there is only 7 spawn spots for him. So you're going to need a few things to be able to tame this pet. And one is a spare stable spot, so you can like unsummon your pet and have no pet out, so you're able to just instantly tame him. I really would not recommend having a pet out, because if you do, then you've got to dismiss him and then get ready to tame the new one, which is time basically that you don't have. You want to tame him as soon as possible. The next thing you're going to need is a Beastmaster spec with a Beastmaster talent. The reason you need this is because he is a spirit beast, so of course you're going to need the talent that allows you to tame exotic pets. So you are only able to tame him and use him in the Beastmaster spec at the moment. And where we currently are now is the 3rd spawn spot for Loque'Nahak. So yeah, you'll need the Beastmaster talent and the Beastmaster spec. If you don't have that, make sure you've got it on ready for when you're going to be taming him. Otherwise, respecking and stuff, once again, is going to take you time, so make sure you're pretty much as prepared as possible to instantly just dismount, tame, done, congrats kind of thing. This is the 4th spawn spot we're currently at now, and these two are very close together. Now, where I'd recommend camping is quite difficult to say, because all the spawn spots are quite spread out, which is one of the factors that make this pet quite difficult. They're all quite far apart. Now, this one's not too bad where we're currently at, because it's in between 2. You'll see the 5th one that I head into now is quite close. So, it really depends on you. I'd recommend flying around sort of every 20-30 minutes, but it's up to you where you sit and actually camp. Because obviously flying around takes time, and you could fly around and he's already spawned somewhere else and someone gets it, you know? So it's that risk. You have to pick and commit to one spot, really. If someone else is already in that spot, sorry, this is currently the 5th spot we're at now, the 5th spawn location. If someone's at a spot, I'd recommend just going to another one. It's not worth competing, because if you start taming him, he's probably just going to kill him on you, or if he starts taming, you're probably going to try and kill it, so there's just no point in sharing a spawn spot. Now, in terms of his actual spawn times, if you've watched my previous guides on the Timeless Proto-Drake, you'll notice that since Cataclysm, the rare spawn times have changed. It's now zone-wide affected, like through the whole of Northrend. So it's going to be between 6 to 10 hours, but it can be slightly lower, it can be slightly more. But the 6 to 10 hours is quite a sweet sort of spot to keep in mind. This is currently the 6th spawn spot. And so 6 to 10 hours, as I said, it can be slightly more or slightly less, but I'd keep track of when you see him or when people report taming him. I'd definitely keep an eye on the forums, usually the Hunter forums and things like that. People like to let people know they've tamed him and what time. So make sure you keep an eye on that, and once you get a general idea of when he's spawned, you'll be able to sort of come back like 4 hours later and be like, right, okay, he's going to spawn from now to the next 4 hours, so I know to stick around until then. And this is the final spawn spot. Now he does patrol around a few feet, so he will move slightly. So yeah, keep track of when you've last seen him or whatever, and he can spawn at the same time as other rares in the zone, so you could be up, for example, at the same time as King Crush. So keep that in mind. A lot of people think there can only be one rare up at the same time, but that's not true. So that's all the general information in terms of where you can find him, his spawn times, things that you need to do to be prepared to get him. Now, one thing that makes this really difficult is not only will you have competition from hunters, you'll also have competition from players, because he is unfortunately a part of an achievement, which is the Frostbitten achievement, or the Northern Exposure achievement, which is basically to kill all the rares within Northrend. So people are going to be looking to kill him just for the achievement, which is quite unfortunate, and it will add another level of competition to getting him, which makes him another thing that makes him quite a hard pet to get. So with everything taken into account, that's all the information you need. And finally, I'd recommend getting an add-on called NPC Scan. What this add-on will basically do is once you find him, it'll flash, it'll make noise, it'll allow you to target him very quickly, and it'll also mark him up. So it makes things a lot easier. Just make sure if you press escape and go to interface and NPC Scan, just make sure he's on the Northrend list. If he's not there, you'll have to manually add him by adding in the NPC ID. Very easy and straightforward to do. And if you do find him dead or tamed, you will have to reset your cache. If NPC Scans alerted you that he's dead or tamed, you will have to reset your cache to be able to find him again in the future. Now to do that, very simple, just go to your World of Warcraft folder, go to cache, and this WDB folder, we're just going to delete it. Make sure your game's closed, delete that folder, and then when you relaunch WoW, it'll just create that folder again, and you'll be able to find the pet once again. Basically, all that folder does is just keeps track of, like, mobs and stuff that you found. It's not needed. You're not going to lose out on anything by deleting it, apart from the fact of being able to find rares once again. So I hope this guide helped you out. Look out for more guides coming soon. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya!